Okay, so this is an interesting question. It's asking about g prime of 3.3, and we're only given some select information here regarding some points surrounding g of 3.3. So we want to figure out or have an idea of what the slope is of the tangent line at 3.3. And we know g of 3.2, so we know this value, it's 1.22. We also know g of 3.3, so that's 1.33. And we know g of 3.4, which is 1.49. We also know that g prime of x is, g double prime of x is greater than 0, which tells us that the function is concave up. So that's why it looks like this. If we had something like this, if g double prime of x was smaller than 0, it would be concave down, right? So what must be true about g prime of 3.3? Well, here's what I'm going to do. My strategy will be to figure out, to evaluate this here, the slope between 1.2 and between 3.2 and 3.3 by finding the average rate of change between them. So, and then do the same over here between 3.3 and 3.4. And I will know that this slope here that we're interested in will be in between the two. So let's do that. I'll go g of 3.3 minus g of 3.2 over 3.3 minus 3.2. So that will give us the average rate of change between these two. And then I will calculate g of 3.4 minus g of 3.3 over 3.4 minus 3.3. And that'll be the average rate of change between these two. So over here, g of 3.3 is 1.33. G of 3.2 is 1.22. Divided by 3.3 minus 3.2 is 0.1. So we're going to get 0.11 divided by 0.1, which is just 1.1. Great. So that is the average rate of change here. So let me just pick a different color. About this green here. So the average rate of change here is 1.1. Now how about the average rate of change between 3.3 and 3.4? Well, we're going to get g of 3.4, which is 1.49, subtract g of 3.3, which is 1.33, and divide everything by this, which is 0.1, right? 3.4 minus 3.3. So this here, what are we going to get? 1.49 minus 1.33. It is 0.16. Divided by 0.1 is 1.6. Great. So now we know that g, let me change the color again because it's a very light color. G prime of 3.3 must be in between 1.1 and 1.6. Right, so the steepness of the tangent line at 3.3 must be in between the steepness of the average rate of change between 3.2 and 3.3 and the average rate of change between 3.3 and 3.4. That's it.